सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Together we'll chant Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verses 1 to 10.
ॐ अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच अभयं सत्त्वसंशुद्धिः ज्ञानयोगव्यवस्थितिः दानं दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आजवम् अहिंसा सत्यमक्रोधः त्यागः शान्तिरपैशुनम् दया भूतेष्वलोलुप्त्वम् मार्दवम् ह्रीरचापलम् तेजक्षमा धृतिः शौचम् अद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति सम्पदम् दैवीम् अभिजातस्य भारत दम्भो दर्पोऽभिमानश्च क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थसम्पदमासुरीम् दैवी सम्पद्विमोक्षाय निबन्धायासुरीमता मा शुचः सम्पदम् दैवीम् अभिजातोऽसि पाण्डव द्वौ भूतसर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्तः आसुरम् पार्थ मे शृणु प्रवृत्तिम् च निवृत्तिम् च जना न विदुरासुराः न शौचम् नापि चाचारः न सत्यम् तेषु विद्यते असत्यमप्रतिष्ठम् ते जगदाहुरनीश्वरम् अपरस्परसम्भूतम् किमन्यत् कामहैतुकम् एताम् दृष्टिमवष्टभ्य नष्टात्मानोऽल्पबुद्धयः प्रभवन्त्युग्रकर्माणः क्षयाय जगतो हिताः काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरम् दम्भमानमदान्विताः मोहाद् गृहीत्वा सद्ग्राहान् प्रवर्तन्ते शुचिव्रताः
We are in the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. A very simple chapter where he's basically going to tell us what are the qualities of the divine people? What are the qualities of the Asuric people, of the demoniac people? And what are the consequences of both? This is basically what the chapter is. So it's very, very simple. And he's made it even simpler by this very interesting thing he has done in this chapter, which is different from other chapters, which is a level of explanation which is not there in any other chapter, which is he not only tells you this is the quality of a demoniac person. So you would say, okay, Asuric people will be greedy and loby and, materialistic, whatever, whatever. Each one will have their own theory of what a um, demoniac person would be like. So he's taken it that you probably know these things. But to really drive it in, he's actually told us how they speak, which is a very interesting thing to, when we come over there, we will, this is how you speak, this is how I speak, this is how you speak. And if we speak like this, then are we in the demoniac category? We need to think about these things. But at the moment, he started nice and sweet. So he says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Blessed Lord said, Abhayam, fearlessness, first quality of a good person. What is the first consequence of being good? Is you become fearless. You don't say, oh, what will happen, what will happen, what will happen. I don't know what will happen. I am doing this. You become fearless. You feel a sense of security that nothing else can buy for you. Nothing else. You can have all the money in the world, all the friends in the world, all the following in the world, but that abhayam, to simply not be frightened, is something that only your goodness can purchase. So why does goodness give you this? If you think about it, you'll realize that the fear has certain causes. What are the causes of fear? First is a sense of otherness. The moment you have a sense of otherness with somebody, there is a fear. If you meet the Prime Minister and you think he's your son, what fear is there? But if you see a Prime Minister, you're very frightened. If you see anybody and you see a oneness with that person, like a child doesn't differentiate between you and I and all that. Child doesn't get frightened. That's why you have to teach the child fear. You have to say, don't go with strangers, don't talk to strangers. Child doesn't see. He will hold your hand with as much friendliness as he will hold any stranger's hands. He doesn't know, he doesn't understand. No fear. So otherness is the first cause of fear. If you are in your own locality, no fear. You go to some other locality, another country, you feel fear. First cause of otherness. So what is goodness? That you do not see otherness. If you're not seeing otherness, then there is a question of getting frightened of others. You feel a sense of identification with everyone. Everybody wanted to know, right? Why is it that you're starting with abhayam over here and not with fear, with loving everybody? Because there's really no difference. All these qualities just boil down to the same one thing. If you see the self in yourself and the self in everyone else, every quality is yours. So, first cause of fear, otherness. Second cause of fear, ignorance. Ignorant of something, you become frightened of it. We are ignorant of these IT scammers. What are they going to do next? So we are frightened of them. That ignorance that makes us get frightened. Then what? Or if you hear you have the disease, some disease, horrible disease, you get cancer or some horrible COVID or something, that's some disease. You're frightened. Why? Because you're ignorant of that thing. The doctor is not as frightened of the disease as you are because he understands what it is, what the prognosis is, how it'll. Every time something happens, if you have an ailment and every time something happens, oh my God, what happened? What happened? Doctor understands it's just part of the prognosis. These things happen. So when you're ignorant, there is fear. When you're ignorant of the self, there is fear. When you're ignorant of matters of this world, there is fear. Wherever there's ignorance, there will be fear. Yes, Bharat?
Does all ignorance cause fear? Why do they say ignorance is bliss?
I didn't hear the second sentence.
Why is it said that ignorance is bliss?
Oh, ignorance is bliss. Okay. Ignorance is bliss, like for a child, ignorance is bliss because the child will take the stranger's hand and walk off, right? He is not frightened, he is not worried, nothing. But the adult will be terrified because the adult has knowledge of what can happen if the stranger walks off with the child. So, ignorance is bliss means when I don't know of a problem, I am very happy. I don't know that I have tuberculosis, I'm very happy with life. I don't know that I'm ignorant of the self, I'm happy with life. So, ignorance is bliss, is a sense of tamas, where because you don't know the problem, you have no fear of it. Ignorance is fear in the sense that the moment you know it in the sense of you have some basic understanding, means you know it exists, and you don't know how to deal with it, you're frightened. You won't know this now, Bharat, but one day you'll find out that when you see your wife in a bad mood, you will get frightened. You understood bad mood, but you don't know why, when, what happened, what did I just do? Then you will get frightened. I mean, it's a bad example, but one day you will understand, Bharat.
Not if I keep repeating sorry, sorry.
Well, you will soon find out that any standard operating practice that you may adopt will not get you anywhere. All those well experienced will know that what worked one day will not work another day. So, what is ignorance is bliss means I don't know of the problem and therefore I have no fear. I know of the problem, but I don't know the solution, then I am frightened.
Yes, thank you.
Third cause of, why am I doing this? What is the third cause of fear?
Selfishness.
Wherever there is selfish, self-centered tendency, there is fear. So husbands who get frightened of their wives' bad moods. What is it? It's selfishness. What will she say to me? How will she make my life difficult? There's a selfishness involved. Husbands who give in to everything that their wives ask for, or parents who give in to everything that their children ask for, or daughters-in-law who give in to everything that their parents-in-law ask for, or parents-in-law who give in to everything that the daughters-in-law ask for. There's a selfishness involved. Because what will they do to me? How will they make my life difficult? And that another word for that is
Dependency, attachment.
very good. Excellent. Excellent. So that's why you say, no, attachment is selfishness. Because you're worried about what will happen to you, not what will happen to the other person, what happens to the relationship. That is not your concern. What will happen to me? If my wife spends too much money, what will happen to my finances? So there's a selfishness involved. You can also say there's an attachment involved. So very good, Deepraj. Excellent. I never actually thought somebody's going to get it in class. Did anyone other than Deepraj know this answer? You knew it. Very good, Mahesh. Now I can't verify what you all are saying. So please be honest. And did anyone else think of it? Because if you did, I'm going to pat myself on the back. One of the most difficult things to to explain is the concept of attachment. I'm writing a book on it, and some of the students are reading it. And today I got a message saying it's too bleak. Can you make it a little more optimistic? So I don't know if I can make it optimistic. I don't know what to do. It is so horrible. What can I do? How do you say something horrible is good? I don't understand. But I will try to make it a little optimistic. I don't know how to do it, but I will try.
I believe Swamiji was also told to change the name of Holocaust, replace it.
Yeah.
But he said that he wanted to choose that. It best signified the meaning.
How many people have died because of it? More people have died out of attachment than all these wars and despotism and I don't know, everything put together. It is the original Holocaust for humanity. But people don't like that word because it's so horrible. Okay, the Aditi says, the Praj answers like lightning. Even before your words enter my brain, forget thinking of the answer. Yes, Deepak is really very good. His capacity to answer has become fantastic. Let us see his capacity eventually.
Bharat, you got to catch up. Huh?
Who, Bharat? Bharat also.
Bharat was the original answer. Now he's got to catch up.
Yes. More than catch up, I want to see who is doing what with their lives. That is important. That is the real exam. Yes, Deepraj, go ahead.
To do with exactly on this point is how we conduct ourselves in our lives. And to do with the previous point of ignorance is bliss. People who don't know that attachment is the problem, they live their life, they're like, oh, let me get this, and they're all happy in their pursuit. But people who come to Vedanta who know the actual cause and the solution is self-purification. So then they actually have to work on that core solution and they don't know sometimes what the actual answer is. And then the fear of not knowing, the ignorance of not knowing the correct thing comes.
Very good. Good example. All those who do not know anything about Vedanta are living very happy lives. Those who have come to Vedanta and gained little knowledge have started getting frightened. Oh my God, what is all this nonsense I have done? What will be the consequences of these things? Correct. Very good example. So, coming back
But
to
I'd like to put a sort of twist that, Sri Krishna says that a little knowledge is also frees us from, fear. So that's also interesting that, both things
No, it's just the same thing, really. They're just different ways of putting it. Even a little knowledge will save you from fear, correct? But a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or sip not the Pyrenean spring, where little draughts intoxicate and drinking largely, where little draughts intoxicate the brain and drinking largely sobers us again. So, now let us see if anyone can solve Mahesh's conundrum. On one hand, here we have a paradox, right? On one hand, Krishna says, even a little knowledge, trayate mahato bhayat, saves you from immense fear. And a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. So, who will solve this paradox?
Little knowledge is dangerous in the sense that spirituality can blind you the happiness of it.
Little knowledge is dangerous in the sense that spirituality can blind you. Anyone else?
Maybe a little objectivity. As you keep gaining little and little objectivity, the fear keeps reducing.
Okay, but you all have to give the solution on the contradiction.
Because you're stuck at that level.
You're stuck at that level. Anyone else?
Little
Uh,
knowledge can be tamasic too.
Okay,
yeah, it refers to intellect versus intelligence, really. So,
wonderful. Excellent. What is the paradox? Mahesh, listen to Deepraj. Go ahead, Deepraj.
yeah, so when they say little knowledge is dangerous, they're referring to information that you have just had as like you heard it and then you make your own conclusions out of it. But when Krishna says little knowledge is will relieve you from fear, he's talking about intellectual understanding. So when you develop your discrimination, you automatically become less fearful.
Wonderful. Excellent. Very good. Mahesh, you got it? When you say little knowledge, you mean mere information. Little knowledge, which is a dangerous thing, is just mere information. It's very dangerous. Sometimes you take some information straight off WhatsApp, straight off the net, and you start functioning on it. Okay, the Vedanta says detachment is a very good thing. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to leave my family and go to the Himalayas. Oh, little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or sip not that Pyrenean spring, where little draughts intoxicate the brain, and drinking largely sobers us again. You start flying in the skies with a little knowledge. But a little knowledge digested, understood, is like the headlights of a car, showing a little distance. Follow that distance and it'll show you some more. So even the little light, Trayate Mahato Bhayat, it will save you, it will protect you. Great fear. Very good, Deepraj. Today, Deepraj is all in our batting team. He's the sixer scorer today. Yes, Bharat?
Can't little knowledge be dangerous in the sense that even if it is digested, you can still be very, very content and happy and not move forward, even if the lights are showing you the way forward?
Yes, it is. Yes, you can take it like that. That is one way you could take it, but it is a more, what should I say? It's not as pervasive a definition as intellect versus intelligence. But you could take it like that. It's not incorrect, let us say, that you are so stuck in that little knowledge that you can't see anything beyond. But here you have to say like how it helps and how it hinders. So you could, I suppose, say that, but the perfect answer would be intellect versus intelligence. You have got information versus you have understood something.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so third quality was when you're self-centered. You're self-centered. You're thinking about yourself. Fear comes in. When you're thinking about the other, no fear comes in. Suppose you go to suppose you have to speak on stage, and your thought is, how will these people react to me? Will they like what I'm saying? All of this, if you go with this, then you get frightened. If you go with, what can I say that will be of the maximum benefit to the maximum number of people? Fear is not there. What's the fear? Just gone. You just want to be yourself. So when you go to, even if you go to ask for funds, a large part of our life is going Bhiksham Dei, Bhiksham Dei. Give me some money, give me some money. You think that I'm like a real beggar. But if you go there with the feeling that what am I going to get out of them for my project, there's fear. But when you go with the attitude that let us get together and do the best thing we can possibly do for society, where is the fear? It's just disappeared. Some people say, I can't ask anybody for money. I can't ask anybody for money means what? That I am more important than the cause. That's all it means. I feel very embarrassed It's all about me. So the moment you're able to step out of yourself, fear has disappeared. I told you, Ramatirtha, he wants to take this knowledge overseas. He gets on some boat without knowing what America is. Do I know anyone in America? In 1902, he got onto a boat and he went there. Vivekananda in 18, what was it? Went there. What are these places? It's like us going to Mars now. Like, what are these places? So the moment your attention shifts from yourself, fear goes away. The moment it comes back to yourself, there's fear. That's why you get frightened in front of the teacher. What will the teacher say about me? Instead of going to the teacher with the intention of, let me learn as much as I can. If I know somebody who knows something better than me, let me learn from that person. It all becomes about, what will the teacher say about me? Will the good opinion about me be spoiled? Will they fire me? It's me. And therefore there is fear. Yes, Omkar?
Janki, we talked about fear having two kind of sources. One is the feeling of otherness, and the second is attachment. Is that correct?
No, that was third. First one was otherness, second one was ignorance, third one is selfishness. Also, you can also call it attachment.
So I'm referring to fear coming out of the feeling of otherness, and then fear also coming out from the feeling of attachment, which is selfishness. But I'm confused about how can one be feeling attached and also having the otherness.
Very good question. I'm glad you noticed that there is something wrong. There is something wrong because our concept about it is incorrect. Who will resolve this dichotomy?
Hear the question. Sound is too low.
Oh, okay.
Noise.
My sound is fine? Bharat, your voice is cracking. I think you asked for repetition of the question.
Yours is perfect. Yours is perfect.
Mine is perfect? Okay. Omkar is saying that on one hand you say otherness causes fear. On the other hand, you say attachment causes fear. So how can you have attachment and otherness simultaneously? Because attachment means you are attached. You feel one with that person. And otherness means you feel different with that person. So what is that supposed to mean? Correct, Omkar? Very good question. I'm glad you all are now coming to some brass tacks in this class.
Attachment is selfishness, right? So how that person makes me feel. So it's not really about the other. It is about you more than the other.
Very good. You're approaching, but I don't know whether Omkar will be satisfied. You're in the right general territory. Very good. So
Janaki ji, the other way to probably interpret this is that in otherness, love is missing. If there is love, there is no otherness. Similarly, in attachment, love is missing.
Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. Very well put also. So Mahesh also said the same thing, but this is a better way of putting it. Yes, great. I mean, fantastic.
That is love, right? It's love plus selfishness is attachment, right? So there is some sort of love.
There is no love in the real sense. That love is called attachment. That love which is vitiated by selfishness is called attachment. That means you're more concerned about yourself in the relationship than the other. There's no real love. Very good. Arun Sehgal, excellent. What a wonderful thing. Everybody knows everything, and chalo yaar, abhi mera retirement ka time aa gaya. Everybody knows everything. Fantastic. And this is like really digested knowledge, if you can get these kind of things, because this is like questioning, both questioning and answering. Means you're trying to get to the spirit of what this is all about. Right. So Omkar, is that clear? In both, attachment is otherness. If you investigate these things too much, it's all the same thing, really. But since it appears different, we put it down differently. Just a lot of explanation of the same basic idea. Attachment is otherness. When I'm attached to somebody, I am seeing that person as an object of enjoyment. I am not seeing that person or anything as myself. Love is I see it as myself. Means your happiness is my happiness. Your unhappiness is my unhappiness. But in attachment, I see you as a conduit for my happiness. And that is why relationships are failing. I don't need to write this book anymore if everybody gets this. The only reason why attachments fail is because I'm seeing you as a conduit. I'm not seeing you as me. So if my wife would like to see a movie and therefore I go to see a movie and I'm happy to see that movie because she is happy, that's love. If I want to see a movie and I drag my wife who doesn't want to see the movie because I want my wife with me when I see the movie, that's attachment.
Janki?
Now, 1 second, Milan. Let's give Omkar 1 second to digest and ask if he would like to.
We also have fear of the unknown, right, Janki?
Same
so
thing.
in this, it's the same thing with it.
The one you're attached to is an unknown quality to you because you don't know what you can do or behave to make that object of attachment actually provide you that pleasure. You're always moving your sort of thing to be able to get that pleasure. You're changing how you're behaving with that person or object to get that pleasure. So actually an attached person couldn't care less about the other. And the most dramatic way this is seen is in divorce. These people claim to love each other so much, but when they get divorced, the hatred they express, behave, I mean, what are you doing? Cruelty to an unbelievable level. Like you keep a parent away from the child. It's like terrible cruelty, right? Or you deny finances to the other, or basic living conditions. Oh, it's like you are not going to make me happy. Now let me see how miserable I'm going to make you. What happened, Omkar? Why have you disappeared? Here I am answering questions and no questioner only. Hello, have you two started fighting while the class is on? Like, oh, you behave like this. Surprised these two seem to have started quarreling. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I think Milind was first.
Who? Milind. Ah, yeah.
Milind, yeah.
Janki ji, selfishness, can we say it is because of no objectivity?
You could, but it's both a cause and an effect. When you're selfish, you can't be objective. When you're objective, you can't be selfish. It's both a cause and an effect. The more objective you become, the less selfish you become. The more selfish you become, the less objective you become.
Okay. Thank you.
Annie, that's why I'm so skeptical about love. Annie, please don't be skeptical about love. Love is a beautiful thing. Be skeptical about attachment.
Yeah, but I've been a teacher for almost a quarter of a century. And seen, like what you said, that we've seen bad divorces and how the child appears to be answerable to both of this thing, and how much they professed they were in love with each other, and now they're pulling each other's hair out in front of the teachers also. They just come close to boxing each other, and that's really, it is so funny. And once upon a time, they were so much in love, really. I mean, it's really, really sad to see them in. So I'm so skeptical about this.
Annie, your voice is distorted, but I believe you're saying that the same thing. Yeah, it sounds like you're underwater. Yes, yes, I believe you're saying the same thing. But do not be skeptical about love. Cultivate love, improve love. It is attachment that we have to run away from. So don't say you're skeptical about love. Say you're skeptical about the attachment that's going around in the guise of love. Because love is the best thing ever. But people's understanding of love is, oh my God, I love you so much. I'm going to die without you. Hold it, grow up. You're no longer a teenager. You can appreciate something of love which is beyond, oh my God, I can't live without you. If you're not there, I'm going to die. If you're going to die because somebody is not there, go kill yourself now only, mad fellow. Nonsense. I mean, like, what kind of lunacy is that? Yeah, so Deepraj, yes, go ahead, Deepraj.
Yeah, so can we say that as long as the love that we claim is independent of the other person, that love is actually attachment?
Complicated. When the love is independent of the other person, it is love. When it is dependent on the other person, it is attachment. So if I love you based on the way you behave, that's attachment. If I love you, full stop, that's love.
But in both cases, the person claims love because that's the
failure of discrimination. So remember the original definition of attachment. What's the original definition?
Indiscriminate flow of thought towards an object or being.
Now you understand when. So therefore, many people convert attachment is a flow of thought. No, that's a wrong thing. It's an indiscriminate flow of thought. So when Vedanta uses a word, you have to stick with that word, even if you just memorize it, because later on you'll realize why this word is there in the first place. So attachment is an indiscriminate flow of thoughts. And then one day suddenly it occurs to you, oh my God, that's what it is.
Thank you.
Arun Sehgal?
Yeah. Yeah, Janki ji, at our worldly level, now we either live in the past or in the present or in the future. I find the more we live in the future, the more anxious we get and greater is the fear. Now, if I connect this with what we are saying here, or what Swamiji is saying here is, three causes: otherness, ignorance, and selfishness. So fair to conclude that the fact that I'm living in the future, or whenever I live in the future, it's because of ignorance and selfishness. Selfishness. And the anxiety is caused by ignorance also. What will happen to me when I get old? What will happen to my children? What happens if there's an earthquake? What if I lose money? So that's ignorance, is it?
Selfishness.
That's always selfishness.
Because your thought is on yourself, no?
Thought is on yourself.
Or what will happen to me? What will happen to mine?
But if I had that knowledge, if somebody told me, if the doctor told me that, hey, you don't worry too much about this because that's okay. I mean, with medication, you'll be fine. Then the ignorance is gone and then the anxiety comes down.
No, but what happens when the doctor tells you got 6 months left to live?
That is fine. That's one part. Yeah. But if the doctor says that, no, you don't have 6 months to live, with medication, you can live for another 20 years. Then the ignorance is gone and the anxiety comes down.
Not really. It will all boil down to selfishness.
All boils down to selfishness.
Yeah, because all my living in the future is my worrying about what will happen to me or what will happen to mine.
To why?
Even if I know for certain that I have put my money in an FD and that FD is going to give me so much return, I'll still worry about it.
It's me at the end of the day.
No, it's all about me. When I can dissolve that me, then I'm becoming a human being.
So you dissolve me, and then if you dissolve otherness, you dissolve me. Same thing. It's all interconnected.
It's all the same thing. But you see, when we talk at top level, you don't need to do any teaching. You are the self. Finished. हो गया अब और क्या बोलना है? Once you have made this statement, there is nothing else in the world to be said. But now this sentence has not been comprehended, and therefore we have an ocean of literature.
True.
So there's no worldly and non-worldly. It's either true or it's false. It's no something for here and something for there. If what is for here is explanation. What is for the evolved is less explanation. That's the only difference.
True.
Prakash's iPhone. When people cry at the time of death of a person, this is due to attachment. Yes, it's due to attachment. It's also attachment means self-centeredness, basically. What will happen to me now that you're not there? What will happen to me? My pleasure. But please don't misunderstand it. Now, next time somebody dies, say, I don't feel unhappy because I'm a very loving person. Don't do funny things like that. Go to the Shamshan Bhumi and say, oh, I'm so happy. It's chill. Little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or sip not the Spirenian spring, where little draughts intoxicate the brain, and drinking largely sobers us again. Please take it easy, everybody. Do not start acting on these things. Please attempt to understand them. Don't do anything. Try to understand what it's talking about. It's quite a deep subject, and it's deceptively simple. Supply of emotions will stop. No, Milind, supply of emotions will not stop. They will grow. Only supply of nonsense emotions will stop. You know, some people, somebody dies in their family, and it could be a human, it could be a pet, it could be even a piece of furniture. They go into depression on it. Now, is this the life of a human being? The life of a human being should be men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. As long as I'm breathing, I live a life of service. What will happen to me? What will happen to me? I'm not interested in me. Once a man came to Swamiji after one of the public talks. So he came to Swamiji and he said, Swamiji, I don't want to boast or anything, but I'm one of the most famous palmists, and I would like to examine your hand. So Swamiji said, what will you examine and do? I'll be able to see whatever, it's going to happen. So Swamiji said, I mean, you should hear him talk about this whole incident. He made such a, the term dhajjiya udadi. Like, what he made of that poor fellow. The thing is, why are you interested? People say, oh, you're interested in Vedanta. I am also very interested in astrology. Sorry, how did you think because I'm interested in Vedanta, I'm interested in astrology? Like, where is this connection? Because everybody, like everything is sort of one bucket. Astrology, Feng Shui, Vedanta, bhajan, somehow is all in one bucket. And going to corporate life and making money and all is some other bucket. This is how people think. Having children, getting married, making money. This one bucket, and the other bucket is all this new age wisdom. And unfortunately, they dump Vedanta in that bucket as well. So now, if you are a Vedanta, would you be interested in astrology? Why not? Or why would you? Or why would you not be?
Cause and effect.
So
you get what you do.
Right. So
your actions will tell you what your future is. Why do you need to?
very good. Because of standard principle of Vedanta, which the whole country knows, even people who are not interested in Vedanta know, is
Cause and effect.
Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. Whole country knows it, says it, everybody.
Nobody follows.
No, but you know it, right? You know that if you are supposed to be a Vedantin, the thing you're not interested is karma phalam. What you are interested is karma. Karmani adhikaraste. In action, adhikaraste. Your right is to action. Karmanye vadhikaraste. Karmanye, break it up. Karmani adhikaraste. Ma. Ma means don't, not, negation. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Never. Never in the fruit. Phaleshu means in the fruit. Palme. If you are a Vedanta student, why on earth will you study astrology? Because the role of astrology is to tell you what is going to happen in the future. Now, do you believe in astrology? Arey Baba, I don't know whether I believe in it or I don't believe in it. But this I know, that I have to concentrate on my karma. This much I know. But do you think don't you think it's a science? I have no idea. I have not studied it. I do not know whether it's a science or not. But this I know, that I have to concentrate on my karma. This I know. Simple, no? Life becomes so simple when you're a Vedanta student. Mahesh Sekar, don't excessive desires also cause fear? Yes, you're right. Excessive desires in our current classification comes under
Selfishness.
Ignorance.
Okay, you can say that. You can say it comes under self-centeredness. The more self-centered you are, the more desires you have. You're so self-centered that you're always thinking about your body. You're always thinking about your body. Then you're looking at your body all the time. Then you see your nails. Then you want different things on each nail. And then you want different rings on each finger. Now, how many desires will you cultivate like that? Then you have a ears. Then you need all around. One earring is not enough. All full has to be full. Like this, if you go, this is what we call excessive desires. 2 ears you have and 10 earrings. 10 fingers you have and 40 decorations. Like this is how it becomes excessive desires. So self-centered. And of course, the base of desire is ignorance of the self. So you can take it as that as well. So don't excessive desires cause fear. Yes, they do. Because now I've put different nail polish on every finger. Now suppose one nail cracks. My whole setup will break. Obviously, I'll be frightened. Isn't it? Especially if I spend, how much do people spend on doing this? Any idea? Or to get a nail done, how? Nobody here knows.
Nobody's willing to answer, Jankiji.
3,000 to 4,000 rupees.
3,000 to 4,000 rupees. Like full hand or only one?
No, full hand.
Full hand.
With different colors and you want it fixed then.
Oh, okay, very nice. So 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. That's not very expensive, no? I think. I thought, suppose they charge 1,000 for every finger, every nail, then you'll get 10,000 straight away. Then people will start doing alternate nails to save money.
Good business.
Good business, but they're charging only 3,000-4,000, so it's about 1,000 and it lasts for a month. Now, this is excessive desires means what? Now, everything you ever desire for. Then you've seen your fingers, you've seen your nails, you've seen your fingers, then you see your wrists. Then something has to be on the wrist, na? I said, doesn't look good. A wrist, ना कुछ नहीं है. अच्छा दिखता है क्या? सुहागन को पहनना पड़ता है. Then what? Then you come up, then you see, oh, बाजू भी है ना, तो बाजू बंद तो होना ही चाहिए. Like this, if you keep watching yourself, any amount of things you can come up with. You put 10 earrings on your 2 ears, and then you put 2 in your 2 nostrils, and then you see your tongue, and you want one there also.
They start putting it on the eyebrows as well.
Eyebrows. There's no end. I'm not criticizing it. I am not condemning it. I am not judging it. I'm only saying that when your attention comes to these things, it is only natural that all these things will flow through. It's a natural consequence. Only talking cause and effect, please. If anybody wants to put nail polish now, if your daughter or son or somebody wants to put nail polish and you say in my class, I heard you shouldn't put nail polish, please don't go and talk to anyone like that. Let everybody live their lives their way. They're only talking about cause and effect relationship. Wherever your mind goes, it will create a samsar there. So when your mind goes to any aspect of yourself, you get what is known as excessive desire. And therefore, the loss of any of those things will cause you distress and therefore fear. Okay, so you're right. But it also comes as part of this. We are not getting past abhayam only today. I don't know when we are going to go through all these qualities. Yes, 9? Go ahead. Nine? We can't hear you if you're saying anything. Why don't you type your question? Please unmute me. You are unmuted, 9. Can't hear. Can't hear. Write your question, 9. Mahesh, is possessiveness the same as attachment? Possessiveness is a subset of attachment. When are you possessive? Possessive means you're holding on to something or somebody. And why are you holding on to that somebody or something? Because you expect that to fulfill your desires. So it's a subset of attachment. Dependency, possessiveness, clinging, all this is subset of attachment. Okay, so now let us go to the next one. What is it? Complete purity. So obviously,
Sorry, Sankiji, we didn't do the 4th cause, destructiveness.
Destructiveness is, you may or may not call it the 4th cause, but destructive is the development of selfishness or self-centeredness. So the self-centered, selfish, and destructive are 3 stages of that journey. So when you're self-centered, you're like a baby. You're too innocent. The child, when it is hungry, it'll go, wah. If it is wet, it will go, wah, wah. It will not think that, no, my parents have worked all day and come, let them sleep at night. All this doesn't bother the child. Self-centered. Then it becomes selfish. It says, these are my toys. Don't touch my toys. Don't come near my toys. As it grows, it becomes selfish. And hopefully it never becomes destructive, which is it goes and breaks some other child's toys. Destructive. Why does it do that? Because it has been distressed in some manner. So whenever we are experiencing some distress, what do? We go and try to destroy something. Why do these husbands and wives try to destroy each other after divorce or during divorce? They're experiencing distress, and their reaction to distress is, let me destroy you. Hopefully we don't get there. So yes, so people who have reached that destructive level have tremendous levels of fear, because they are based in that, you fear something because you know that thing can be done to you. You have gone and messed up somebody's life, so that means that person can come and mess up your life now. So destructiveness, when you have a destructive instinct in you, there is great fear. So yes, you're right. Last time, did I say 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, so we can keep it as 1, 2, 3, 4. But destructiveness is nothing but an exaggerated form of self-centeredness. Like all these, what are these? They came into our country and looted, right? So one thing is, I'm so self-centered, I'm earning from myself. Then all these Gori, Ghaznavi, they all came, they looted, they destroyed. You want to loot, you loot. Why are you destroying? No, it grows from self-centered to selfish to destruction. And because we all understand all this, we just look at it and we say, okay, tick. Selfish, self-centered, selfish, destructive. Yes, correct, Gauri. You followed the line of causation. We were so least bothered about trying to protect ourselves from this destruction. Well, like, yeah, that's right. You began self-centered, you become selfish, now you reach the destructive state. That is why you should not put philosophers in charge of a nation. Well, they will say, yes, correct. It is the way it should be. Yes, Aditi? Aditi, you're muted.
Hari Om Janki ji, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it's okay. Destructiveness also could also relate to self destructiveness also, right? Because I know of one example where the husband and the wife fought, and she said that I'll show you a lesson, and then she stopped taking the diabetic medicines, and then it further complicated the case and went completely southwards for 20 to 30 years, suffering before the person passed away. So how does that equate to, I mean, of course it is selfishness, but at what cost of your own life?
Yeah, because when you become destructive, you're happy that the other person is destroyed, even if that means yourself, you're destroyed. That is something. मैं तुम्हें नीचे ले आऊंगा, मैं खुद क्यों नहीं, something. They talk like that. So very often, especially women, behave like that in families. They feel themselves powerless or victimized in some way, and they take their revenge in this passive aggressive kind of behavior, like I am suffering so much. So it's all part of that same destructive instinct. Some mothers do that, and the child behaves badly, they hit themselves. I mean, if you do it as a tactic, or your mother says, oh, you're behaving like this, I won't eat food. You do it as a tactic and you make it work, that's okay, I guess, but it should not come out of the intent of destruction.
Thank you.
Vibraj is not, if I'm going down, I'll take you with me. It said, I will take you down, even if that means I have to go down. That's where they reach. Because discrimination is completely gone. That I don't care what will happen to me as long as I can destroy you.
But junkie soldiers do that all the time in war. Like when you're fighting for your country, if you have to bomb up an opponent's and an enemy's army base, they just go in there and get the job done. So he would.
Their intent is not to destroy either the enemy or themselves. Their intent is to protect the nation. That doesn't count in that. Because all depends on what is your intent. Is your intent destruction or is your intent protection? Like a doctor is destroying germs, but his intention is to protect the patient.
Exactly, Janki. That's why I'm saying that what Deepa just said was that if I'm going down, I'll take you with me. And you said that it's not that. It is if I have to take you down, I will put myself down. These are extremes. Tamasic and Sattvic, they always look alike. And as you said, intent is what differentiates the Tamasic and the Sattvic, but they look alike. So the person going into the army base and blowing himself up also could be Sattvic. Or he could be Tamasic with no knowledge, just following some blind, brainwashed thing, and he's doing the same thing.
Yes. Yes, Bharat?
So we've seen destructive people destroy out of anger. So does that feeling of fear still persist while anger is on, or does it come later on?
Could be from either, could be both. You destroy because you are frightened. Why am I destroying you? I'm destroying you because I'm worried about what you are doing to me. That's the fear. If you have already done something to me, then I'm angry that you have done this to me. So it can coexist. It will be independent because you've still not done anything, but I think you're going to do it. So I'm frightened. I mean, all these permutations and combinations can exist.
Yankiji, it can also lead to guilt, no? After the person has done all this destructive or whatever.
Yes, it may or may not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends on how far you are gone, right? That you feel guilty is a sign that you're not so far gone.
Okay.
So when you get really far gone, you've lost the capacity for guilt. Really, only good people think that I did something wrong. Bad people never think that.
That's a good sign.
Exactly, this point, I really need some clarification because there are good people, there are bad people, there's guilt, there's shame. But we're studying Advaita, right? And we are talking about non-duality. So we are talking about crossing these boundaries of what is good and what is evil. So that's our goal, right, as Advaita students, is to transcend this good and evil. So some people say Ravan did this and they don't consider that he was a master of the four Vedas. He was an excellent warrior. He had golden palaces and apsaras dancing. He had achieved a lot. He had an excellent administration and all that. Ramji had done was Maryada Purushottam. He did his extensive tapasya. Obviously, Satyameva Jayate, Ramji had to win. But that doesn't make Ravan bad, does it?
No, it does. Because he was a good example of intellect versus intelligence. He has all the abilities, but he doesn't have an intellect. He was a great devotee of Shiva. So he could say all the mantras and he knew the power of the mantras, but he did not know what purification of the mind. That's another lesson to us.
He got moksha right away, right? Didn't he? When he died at the hands of Ramji, he got moksha right away. Yes. He returned to being the gatekeeper from where he was at Vaikuntha.
That's correct. But the whole point of that example is to show his life is a depiction of negativity. That was the deal, right? The deal was either you come down as totally negative for 3 janmas, or you come as a worshipper of God for 100. So his life, we have to read negativity on. Deepraj, also non-duality holds in the first plane of consciousness. In the third plane, duality exists along with good and bad. Yes, good. At the moment, it exists. Anyway, we are well beyond the time, so we can continue next time. Since every Sunday I give you a little of the gossip that goes on. So we now want to sort of have an opening, some kind of opening, so that everybody can come. We're thinking of the date of 2nd October. Will you all come on 2nd October? It's a great day because it is Dasera Day. And so if you, but then people may say, I can't come because it is Dasera Day. So can you give me a quick show of hands about whether you all would come if it was 2nd October? Only one hand I'm seeing. One more. Come where? Come to the campus. Sorry, Annie. You know, we are trying to set up the world's first Vedanta university. So we have got ready the office, the library, the staff quarters, Acharya Graha. These are sort of getting ready. They'll be ready by then. We are putting up 10 cottages. And hopefully we'll be able to open it. We may not have all the cottages ready, but whatever we do have ready. So will you all, nobody, 2nd October, nobody's available? Nope. Everybody's gonna do Dasera at home. Okay. Bhavna, you saying something? Okay. So you know what is generally happening. So we are getting the plot ready for this. Hopefully we'll have a retreat, a opening, something we should do soon. And in January, we'll start the first PG diploma in applied Vedanta course. How cool is that? If anybody would like to join us for a 1-year full-time residential course, please let us know. I mean, please not let us know. Please take admission. Annie, where is it? It is 2.5 hours from Mumbai. Where are you, Annie? You're in Delhi, right? So it doesn't look like anyone is enthused about 2nd October. But are you all enthused about coming? Otherwise, then you might as well do it on any day. Yes. So, all right. So, okay. So that's where we are. Jayashree, you have any?
Can I have an announcement?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so the new issue of the journal is out, the Vedanta Wisdom Journal. It's a biannual journal we publish in June and July, and this is the latest issue, as you can see. These are the articles. Please feel free to go through them. I will put the link to the journal in the chat. And please subscribe, and please for the next issue, which will be Jan 2026, the submissions are open, so feel free to submit to the journal. Please share your reflections about Vedanta. Thank you.
Yes. Deepraj is our new coordinator for the journal. So congratulations, Deepraj, on your new posting. I don't know if you call it a posting or what.
Thank you.
And yeah, so everybody please read the journal, write for the journal, participate in any other way you want to help in editing, whatever way you want to help, please get in touch with Deepraj and take it forward. And if you want to help with reference to anything on the campus, like, I don't know, something for the cabins, bed sheets, napkins, towels, beds, what else? Utensils for the kitchen, anything you can think of, curtains, anything you can think of you'd like to help with, please go ahead. This is a university that is being formed by the people, for the people, and it's of the people. Okay. So